well, you go from really, really cold to really, really cold and windy this week. So how do those conditions affect a football game?
To be honest, I don't believe they have a great effect on the game. I know that personally this is the coldest game I'd ever played in, and I felt fine during the game. A lot of guys, adrenaline takes over. You're in that. You have those hours before the game to really get your mind right and get in that situation. And I feel like by the time the game rolls around, I feel more bad for the fans and the coaches and the equipment managers and everybody involved. They're the ones standing and watching. The guys on the field. Once you get moving, you seem to be all right.
What about the altitude? I think they're number one for highest altitude for football.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have played in a couple this year, Air Force, Reno, New Mexico, that are all like in the top 15 or so. Do you notice any difference when you play at some of these games, or are you just used to it by now?
I don't notice any difference.
Where you grew up in?
Yeah, I'm from Denver, so.
Conditioning-wise, you feel like this year you guys it seems like in the fourth quarter in a lot of games you guys are still going strong. I mean, do you feel like with all the off-season conditioning stuff you did that maybe you guys are conditioning in better
Sure.
condition this year?
I feel like Coach Pittman has done a fantastic job with us, and a lot of that just comes back to his point to really develop mental and physical toughness, and it is something that I believe we've improved at, and our conditioning has improved, and Coach Pitt has done a great job throughout the offseason developing that.
How much of that has played into factor in the fourth quarter? I mean, we talked about the first two games. I think you guys struggled in that final quarter.
Yeah.
And your guys' really strong point is finishing.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day I was talking to someone, a friend or family member, about that, how it's kind of switched around. I just think, obviously, it was a point of emphasis early in the season that we had to finish strong, and once we started finishing stronger, I think you just it's just like anything, you develop that habit, and that fourth quarter rolls around, we're feeling it, and we know lately we know that we have to get it done in the fourth quarter. So.
The flip side of that is you guys have gotten off to some ugly starts the last couple of weeks. Anything that you can point to there why the starts have not been very good the last couple of weeks?
Personally, there's nothing I can point to. We've had great weeks of practice. I feel prepared going into the game. I just think that, we just have to, execute our jobs better, our assignments better. I don't know if we're too excited or what, but I still feel confident in our guys. And, hey, slow starts that's a part of every game. That's a part of football. Football's hard. Football's tough, man. And there's a lot of teams in the country that deal with that. And, we're going to definitely work to get better at it, though.
Over the course of a 3.5-hour game, hard to not to have sort of some ebb and flow in that and have a cold stretch here or there because it's just such a long game?
I think so. I think that's true with any coach would tell you that. It's a long game, and there's ebbs and flows in every game of football, so I would agree.
Seems like we've asked you guys a lot about the 8:15 start times because you get them a lot. But on the road, is it any tougher just because you're sitting around the hotel room all day, or what's it like on the road having to wait that late to play a game?
To be honest with you, early in my career, the 8:15s were kind of I really didn't enjoy them, but now I do. Get to watch some games, and you get more time to manage yourself. And once, like I said, we've had so many of these late games that it's kind of become our routine. So we know how to kind of what to do with our time when, you can get some extra rest if you need it. So I personally enjoy the late start.
Is it tougher on the road maybe to kind of create your own energy a little bit when at home you have your fans, but on the road and it's cold and windy and they may not have a huge crowd at that game? Is there any more extra challenges there late at night, just trying to get that, any more emphasis on trying to start fast or get that energy going on your own?
We'll have plenty of energy to finish out this season. We have a lot to play for, and we're motivated.
Early in the season, a lot of talk about the defensive line, and because expectations weren't very high at that point, and you guys have done so great, and haven't heard a lot the last few weeks. How would you evaluate what you guys have done as a defensive line this year?
We're continuing to improve. I've been happy with our defense line, but at the same time, we've got to get better. There's been times over the past couple games where we've misfit something or somebody's not done their job, including myself, and that needs to end. We have to do a better job carrying our technique from the practice field over to the game field and take care of our jobs better. And that's assignment football, that's defense, and that's what we have to do.
We talked a lot about the beginning of the year, new era with head coach Brian Harsin coming in. These are the final two games of the first year under him, and the final two regular season
How can I? How?
Yeah, and how eager as a senior are you to finish off this season?
It's crazy to think about, man. I just want to give everything I have. I think that's at this point that's the thing that is in my mind constantly, 24/7, is that I'm going to pour my heart and soul into this program, and hopefully it's better than when I came. And this program is everything to me. It means everything to me, and so to end this season off right, to accomplish our goal, that's something I'll carry with me forever if we get it done. And so I will pour everything I have into the team to help us win.
At the beginning of the season, there were 3 seniors, and you guys are all looking forward to it. 2 got hurt. You're the only one left. Does that feel kind of weird for you?
I'll be honest, it does. Those are 2 of my really good friends on the team as well. So it has been a little adjustment for me. I see those guys every day except on the field, and so. But it's been a positive in a lot of ways. I can be that leader and help the young guys out, and obviously I'm looked at as the one senior on the defensive line. So I think it's been a great learning opportunity for me too.
How are they taking it?
The guys who are hurt, they I think they're kind of past that point of feeling really sorry and sad. I mean, that was a while ago, and so they're really excited. They work their butts off, rehabbing and getting back to full health. So I think they're just focused on what they have to accomplish in the future and in the spring.
We saw McNair get out there some in that game.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen out of him kind of since he's been here?
Rondale's done a great job. He works his tail off, and he loves football. And to me, those are 2 of the most important things you have to have in this program.
How are you enjoying the season? And just talking with some of the guys and Coach Harsin after the game, it seemed like there was some things that came out of San Diego State that they chose to embrace, and maybe those just kept more internal in the past. But you guys feel like you have a nice little bond going as you head down the home stretch of the season here?
I would definitely agree. I love my team. We have a lot of fun, and going out to war every weekend, on the blue or on the road, it's a great feeling. And for all the work we put in, we're enjoying the process, and that's something that Coach Harsin has done a great job of trying to emphasize, is really enjoying the process, like you said. And Coach Pete did a good job of that too. I just think maybe it's the close wins, maybe it's just this season, something about it. But we do enjoy the process, and we enjoy going to work every day.
You mentioned the close wins. There's been, I think, 1 game with garbage time in it this year. Has it been weird that you guys are playing almost every game to the final whistle this year?
Yeah, we have. It's been exciting. It's been exciting. It's something I'll remember. Obviously being in my senior year, so it's been very exciting.
I'm not sure how much you've looked at Wyoming yet, but they played football from 10 years ago, huddles and different style of offense. What do you think of what you're going to face this week?
Hey, those guys can play. I've played up there before, and obviously I know the program pretty well from only living an hour and a half away. So, they've got talent. Their head coach is obviously used to winning, and so we're going to have to be prepared. We have to have a great week of practice. We'll be ready to play.
I guess as a fan of football, is it interesting to see kind of the ebbs and flows of the game, because for so long it was about speeding up to gain a competitive advantage, and now you see Wyoming kind of come in and they again that style, they huddle, they play a little slower. Is it interesting to kind of see those ebbs and flows at all?
Sure, yeah. Like you said, I am a huge fan of football in general, and so to face different offenses every week, from one extreme to the other, it is interesting for me, and I love playing against them all.
And as a fan, when you look at this conference, in your division alone, you have 4 teams still alive. Air Force is 8-2 or whatever; they're still. When you look at this conference, 3 teams tied on the other side. The parity, I guess, in this conference, and how many teams are still alive, and how good this conference really is.
This conference plays great football, and it's been a challenge every single week, obviously, and that's just how we like it.
Their running back, real quick. What do you see out of him? He's a guy that's really come on over these last few games. Number 8, Brian Hill.
Sure. Yeah. Runs hard. He's a big back, and we're going to have to, as a defensive line, linebackers, safeties, corners, we're going to have to really do our job on defense, like I say every week, assignment football, and be accountable.
What was it like seeing one of your defensive friends run for 24 yards on a big play the other day, by the way?
Oh, it was cool. It was fun to see him. It's definitely fun.
You guys get jealous when you see a linebacker get the ball? Hey, when am I going to get the ball?
Yeah. Everybody wants to make a play, but we know that if we all do our jobs, we'll get that opportunity.
Thanks, Bo.
Yep.